Welcome everyone, Marcelo is my name. I'm the niche fragrance collector and this handsome man next to me.
STERCUS, again, Elias. Back for another video. Was able to finish off my favorite collection. I'm excited and you should be too.
The boy is jumping out of his skin. So how did this all begin with this one here?
So I think before any of this, before Marcelo was able to know like I was into fragrances, my passion of fragrance, and I guess niche as a whole. And I go up to him one day, I watched his videos and I'm like, Marcelo, I feel like I need to get myself a niche fragrance. I'm young, but trust me, I know this stuff. I was thinking of, what was it? And I definitely didn't say it right. I was like Megamare or something like that.
My brother, no. Stop right there. What fragrance are you into? And you started to say, a whole bunch of designers and, super...
Dia Sauvage, that was pretty good. And then
some really, easygoing, breezy fragrances, and all of a sudden he wants to be jumping in to literally the deep end, amongst sea monsters.
That's the metaphor.
Also, yeah. And I'm like, no, stop. You just let's work our way to this moment in time. And then I thought it would be cool to do a video with Elias and break down all the different Orto Parisi, because he was insistent. He just wanted to know more about Orto Parisi, Alessandro Gualtieri. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. So we've been working up to this moment in time. For those who may have missed the earlier conversations, we've been doing a lineup or a double feature. The very first one we did together was BERGAMASK and BRUTUS. So if you like Orto Parisi or you want to explore, start there. BERGAMASK, BRUTUS, great places.
I found personally the first set of fragrances, my BRUTUS, my BERGAMASK, favorite, and my last set of fragrances, favorite. Those. So it's like the deep and the shallow one.
Right. So you loved BERGAMASK, you loved that citrus component, the musky tones that it has. And you did fall in love with Megamare, didn't you?
Megamare, yeah.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to start Megamare? Do you want to start with Terroni?
We'll start with Megamare.
Sure.
So with both of these fragrances, when I've done my research, I've heard, I would say not false, but intense things. These people were describing it like, and I can understand like the bottom of the Mariana Trench. That is the deepest point in the earth.
Right, okay.
The bottom of a bunch of water-filled ravines, dead corpses of fish. And look, I can understand where they're coming from, but I think that it's, if anything, it's got all the positives of those things. I smell.
Let's spray.
That's it. Oh, it's the salt water going on the beach.
It is at the start. It's beautiful at the start.
It is, man.
It's really, it almost tricks you. I found for me, it tricked me. Like I put it on skin, I'm like, wow. What's everyone talking about? This is beautiful. This is like...
That's exactly
I'm like, and I thought, I'm a gangster. I get this fragrance already. And then I was driving home with this fragrance on. I had to wind down the windows. I'm like, what is this poison?
I think I understand like that roller coaster of emotions.
I gave Elias the fragrances. Super excited. They're in the car, a closed environment. Boom, this baby gets sprayed.
And initially, I'm turning around, I'm like, Mom, what have you released the demons, bro. Like, I guess I was very scared from what I was told, but there's three parts. Like, whoa, wait a minute, that's not actually what I thought it was gonna be. It's beautiful. It's not dead corpses on the bottom of the Mariana Trench. I'm smelling, there's some like sea salt in my face. There's some
breezy and some florals are happening.
And then, as Marcelo said, but the windows are still up and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it's not leaving my nose.
And then his mother said, why did we spray this in the car? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Your dad was telling me that he was laughing at the fact that as you guys were still driving, they were getting choked out by the fragrance. Had to wind down the windows and just like, oh my gosh, get some air in here.
I think on terms of Orto Parisi and heavy hitters, this is the epitome of their heavy hitters. This is the peak.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything about the bottle denotes that it is a marine, ocean, ozonic fragrance. The oxidized lid, I love the attention to detail.
I love the lids. It's like, it almost gives you like a prelude of what this is.
It gives you a taste. There is like a mother of pearl sort of shiny thing on top. Looks awesome. And then the color. And again, if you'd like to know more about this fragrance, you can look at this particular episode where even the color of the bottle changes depending on the light. It's actually quite impressive.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's pretty
so
cool.
Really wild, incredible fragrance. However, come at it carefully. Don't spray it and then jump into a closed environment or jump on a plane or something of that nature. Allow this fragrance to do its thing. However, you will fall in love. His father, what time do they play pickleball?
It's like 6:30.
You rocked up to pickleball one morning.
Are you familiar with pickleball? It's like the mini tennis on the courts in America.
It's lame.
Yeah, that's what I believe that as well. I feel like
No.
lazy man's tennis, but
for all those pickleball,
we're not throwing shots.
Yeah, all those pickleball lovers, we love it. We love it.
We love it.
Do we really?
Just let them hear what they want to hear.
Anyway, so he went to play pickleball at 6:30 in the morning, and my son, because he also joins him, and he's like, "Whoa, who's wearing Megamare? It's 6 in the morning. Who's wearing Megamare?"
That's funny.
Your father couldn't get enough. He could not get enough of the fragrance. He was actually sad when you had to bring him back or return it. Really, really good fragrance. It does dry down musky. It has a very strong algae musk. So just be aware, if you're not comfortable with that, it will knock your brain out. But otherwise, it's a massive statement maker. Beautiful if you are going to the beach or you're going to a summer landscape.
Man.
Fantastic. If you're going to an open area like a bar or an outdoor party, Megamare is like, but spray carefully.
That's it. I mean, don't be like me and come at it with like a hazmat suit, but really like understand what you're doing. Like some people find it hard to get off, I would say 15 hours at least. And that's not an exaggeration.
And that's not an exaggeration.
I'd say 15 hours plus.
He's being nice. 24, baby. 24. This thing is still hanging around, but it's glorious. He loves this repulsion attraction. So even in his fragrances, and actually Megamare is a good example of that beautiful opening, and you're just enticed by it, and then the repulsion component at the end. But it's still beautiful. Just let you know, it's not one of those fragrances that you want to put your nose against, but your sillage and projection that it develops is spectacular. Ocean, but now we're going to the land, and this is Terroni. Now, do you know what Terroni means before we start?
No, I don't know what Terroni means. Tell me. I'm excited. I like these. If you look back at the episodes when he reveals to me, so let's hear it.
All right, so from all of this, can you detect clues as to what the fragrance is about? So I mean, we talked about before how Alessandro puts a lot of clues in the bottle, the lid, the oxidization on this Megamare. What do you think this one's about?
Without revealing my note-taking and particular amazing nose, I would like to say a volcano.
Absolutely.
So I swear.
Yeah, it is.
I was right?
Yeah, you're right. That's actually volcanic rock on top.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, and then, well, I'll tell you later, I was like, ash,
No,
smoke.
say.
Well, with this fragrance, once again, told all the most intense things about it, that it's a reign of terror, and I can understand, but this is definitely one of those gentle giants, in my opinion. I'm from the others, but those really big Samoan Islander people, and you're like, man, those people would hurt you, but they're like the friendliest guys ever.
It's funny, that's true though.
And I think that's exactly what this fragrance is.
Right. So when you put it up against Megamare, it's not as aggressive.
I know,
or is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yep.
It's a lot more appealing.
Yep.
If you're new to niche, could you come into this? Is that what you're?
Not particularly new, but I think it's appealing in its own sense. It's got that top note of sweetness, and I think that's from like a berry of some sort, or maybe a bit of like a sugar, and I think that's what kind of makes it like so wearable and attractive.
Terroni is in reference to the southern Italians, and here in this country, when immigrants first started to arrive, they were called wogs, and it was it was a derogatory word. It was a very nasty word.
I think it's evolved to more of a
We've
slang.
embraced it. I see myself as a wog. There's things that, wog this, wog that. I mean, it's not a word that I would say around my dad or my father-in-law, because they were unfortunately at the receiving end of that when they first came to Australia. So it was quite a heavy derogatory word. So Terroni is the same thing. When the Southerners went up to the north of Italy, the northern Italians were calling them Terronis. And Terroni means that you are from the land, that you have, that you're uncouth, that you're dirty, that you're rolling around in the mud and all that sort of stuff. Hence why everything about it is very much to symbolize the earth, the land. And again, the beautiful combination between two, everything to do with the ocean and now everything to do with the actual earth, the land itself.
I think that's actually very beautiful when you invest in a fragrance like this. You're not only getting this amazing smell, you're getting this story along with it. That's what you don't get with a lot of fragrances.
Correct. Now I rated this as in my top 5. So this is, and I actually...
Orto Parisi?
Yeah, no, the Terroni, number 1.
Oh wow!
I love this one. What are you smelling? Because I love the things that you said at the start, the sweet notes, the berries.
I smell like notes of ash, and it's like ash. It's like volcanic rock, as you said. It's like you're on the edge of a volcano a bit, but that's all the one side of it. You smell like the intensities of it, and you're like, yeah, Terroni. That's dirty. That's foreign. You know.
It's earth-like.
That's it. Should I taste one?
Oh, I sprayed it. I could smell it in the air with you,
actually.
and almost greedy-like. I needed something for myself. When I first experienced this, there was a very deep smokiness. I felt like I was at a campfire. It was really very, very strong, very smoky, but it's a sweet wood that I was detecting. Nothing was acrid, nothing was sort of choking the back of your throat. There is I like that you said that there is a berry tone to it.
I thought it was a berry, like a sugar in it that's like molded into these ashes. That all goes into the air and you smell it. What I said in my creative sentence was, it smells 65 million years ago.
Oh,
and asteroids are hitting the Earth, the Mesozoic era with the dinosaurs. It's in woods full of berries and all these amazing fruits.
I actually like that because there is no floral and there's no greenery to this fragrance.
Really?
So I can see that. I feel, for me, both of these fragrances are comfortably unisex. Or do you feel that the only man or a woman could wear them?
No, I definitely agree. At first I was like, I think because of the intensity of it, I was like, I think this would lean towards more of a man, but now, you know, the more that you delve into it and the more you actually get into fragrance, you realize there's no gender. Fragrance is anyone's.
The other thing too is that a lot of the women that I know love all things niche perfumery, and comfortably. These are easy fragrances that they can wear. There are more floral notes in Megamare. It does, as I said, go musky and a bit more algae. This one here is gorgeous. As a scent for a woman to enjoy, gorgeous. I mean, those sweet notes, the smokiness, the woody tones. As Elias is saying, it is heavy hitting, and there's definitely oud in here. You can
I understand.
Yeah. I mean, I get a little bit on the opening, but as it dries down, you are getting a very clear oud. Not necessarily fecal, but definitely that oud note is present.
I think that with both of these fragrances, not just Terroni, he's using all these raw ingredients of the earth. You know, they're not artificial. They
might be. We don't know, bro.
I mean, yeah, that is true.
You're making an assumption.
I'm making an assumption. But I think to me that these fragrances is something that you could pick up one part or a sense of when you go walk outside, you go on a camping trip, you dive into the ocean, you go next to a volcano or something. I don't know. Just, you know what I'm saying there?
I love the creativity. I love the creativity. You know, the other thing too about this is that this is a statement maker. So I love wearing this one if I'm going out or even as a restaurant. Sandra loves this on me. So when she detects that in the air, it's a beautiful fragrance. There are sweet notes in there that play on skin. Again, like all the Orto Parisis, don't bury your nose in it. Let the sillage, let the projection do its magic. It's one of those fragrances that will fill the room, that will stay with you 12, 20 hours of longevity without a problem.
Once again, one of those things like you're in the shower, you're putting on your body wash and you're like, oh wow, it's everywhere now. It's become a shower gel now.
Right.
It's
so even as you're washing, it's not coming off.
It's like, oh, now it's a part of me.
Boom. We've got one more left. Which one could it be? And I left this one as its own.
Wait, we have one more left?
Kuyum. You haven't smelled Kuyum yet.
Oh! Okay, this one I've heard all the disturbing things about, but I'm excited. What the heck?
I did it on purpose. So these others, you can use them as companions. You know, they work well in companionship. But yeah, Kuyum, I wanted to leave for its own. So
that's good. Yeah, I like that. That is the final boss. Well, I thought these guys are the final boss. That's sick.
There is the ultimate boss that we got to beat.
That's it.
Kuyum. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did enjoy that, love you to subscribe and continue to support the work that we do here on the channel. Let us know what you think of Elias, the talented young man, when it comes to all things fragrances, cerciage.
I'm honored. Tell me what your opinions are. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you guys think? What are your interpretations of these fragrances?
Love it, love it. Look forward to your comments. We'll see you guys all on the next episode.
Laters.